Hi, everybody. Welcome
Hello.
back.
Hi. Hi,
It
Mark.
is, it is, hi there. Let's see, December 19. Wow. December 19. So today is officially my 31st anniversary with Nikken.
Congratulations,
Oh,
Mike. We're
fantastic,
lucky
Mike.
you heard
Great.
about it.
Thank you.
It's my daughter's birthday too.
Yeah. Is she 31?
She'd like to think so.
Okay, well, let's get started. I don't have a huge agenda today because I figure we've got enough going on that we can just refine conversations about. We don't need any more information. We just need to better understand the information that's being shared in the last couple of weeks. If you have not watched Dave Rolf's presentation this morning, the recording is on all the chat messages. Please watch it. The first 25 or so minutes is presentation, and then the balance is Q&A. But I did do some screen captures of the presentation, highlights from the presentation, if you wanted to discuss that this evening, because what I see here is a numerical representation in terms of the kind of compensation one can have if they apply themselves in a very specific way. And what I love about everything that we're sharing or how the incentives are coming together is they actually fulfill the strategy that I have been teaching for a very, very long time. They give you the math on that. So, Barb, you have your hand up?
Yes, I just saw on the WhatsApp what Dave said today about the 18K was you could get your 6,000 anyway. It didn't have to be silver. So you just clarified that on the WhatsApp. So I thought maybe you might want to discuss that.
Yeah. So, yeah, the clarification is that it's 3 silvers. So breaking silvers. Essentially, what we now have is a game. The new game is actually the old game under new conditions. So what I mean, the game of network marketing is building an organization. It's not selling products. Um, Selling products is fun. It's great. It's the low-hanging fruit. It's the easiest thing to do when you have the products that we have. Building a network marketing organization takes a level of commitment and responsibility for someone who is looking for a higher quality of life. If we consider the cash flow quadrants as the main theme of how life is lived, if you are an employee, you have a certain quality of life and live within certain expectations of life and what life can provide for you, because your life, which is a measure of time and how you allocate that time, is also restricted by whatever resources you have financially in order to apply yourself in the time that you're not working. As we go into an economic downturn, which we are already in, the nosedive is already set. What's going to happen is the conversation about buying products is going to disappear. You're going to have less and less people interested in buying products for their health or products for anything they deem as a non-necessity, including their health. Believe it or not, some people consider as a non-necessity, but the reason why that is, they've been conditioned to believe that health is outside of themselves. So when we go into an economic turmoil, what happens is the only way to make a network marketing business thrive, and it does thrive, by the way, in an economic downturn, is by selling the opportunity, not by selling the products. The products are a consequence of people purchasing the products, is a consequence of people enrolling in the vision and the idea behind the opportunity. And I'm being very extreme in this conversation because we don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. It's not one or the other. It's going to be embracing a new way of doing business that this group has not been following for a while. And I don't say for everyone, I'm just saying in generality. And how I know that is because I know statistically what the numbers are coming out of Latin America relative to the numbers coming out of the United States, relative to the numbers coming out of Canada, with respect to sponsoring, recruiting, enrollment, growth, if you will, of our Nikken wellness organization. And so I just want to touch on that for a second, because what we want to do is get the engine running correctly. What does it look like if we're thriving? Regardless of what the economy is doing, what would it look like if we were thriving? We would have a growing audience. This call would be growing. Every form of connection would be growing. Our chats would be growing, our WhatsApp chats, all those things, all those metrics would be growing. That's a representation of growth, not status quo. And so the focus of this new enhancement to the compensation plan / incentives program is to focus on growth. My mentor used to say something that I believe 100% is true. I have a pen in my hand. I'm just going to toss it in the air. He would say, you're either going up or you're coming down. Nothing is stationary. Nothing stays horizontal. So if you think everything's normal because it's flat, you're losing ground. You're losing ground. You're either going up or you're coming down. So going up means growth, going down means shrinkage, and there is no status quo. So what we need to do is use the power of our creative minds, the power of creation itself, the power that it operates according to law, the laws that we refer to as the law of attraction, the law of vibration. We need to align ourselves with growth. Growth needs to become the mantra for 2023. Not just some of us, all of us. It needs to be the new norm. The new norm of whether we are succeeding is whether our checks are growing. Imagine that. Imagine we start measuring and evaluating the growth of our checks, because that's a real determining factor.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we need to start putting all of our attraction forces in. If we can all get on the same page, wherever two or more are gathered, and start focusing on the intention of growth, focusing on growth, then our compensation plan is going to come to life, because the numbers are amazing. Have you done the analysis yet? Have you recognized how amazing the numbers are? If you saw Dave's presentation, if you haven't, definitely watch it, but I'll cover some of that tonight. But what we now have is a very slick way of introducing people to Nikken, the opportunity, a simple, streamlined way to have them earning very quickly, very good income. And on top of that, multiples of that can create extraordinary incomes relative to the type of volumes that we're doing. So for instance, a person who takes advantage of this new program, the Powerhouse program, they're going to leverage what Nikken is putting on the table as for compensation. They're going to maximize their earning potential by using this program as a way to launch new businesses. And what I love about this program is that it's limited in time. If it wasn't limited in time, I'd be really nervous. But the fact that it is wrapped around a launch window, a period of time where the new consultant is most vulnerable, but also most productive. Think about it. What have you experienced? You've experienced when somebody's excited, that's when they get to work. That's when they do the most of their work. So if we can further enhance that excitement by greasing the wheels, if you will, financially, then that's going to put fuel on the fire. And that will take that 10-day or 20-day or 30-day level of excitement to a whole new high, and it'll extend it out much further than the first month or two. So we've got a program that's really perfectly designed to focus on growth and create a proper outcome based on the action, the activity. The return on investment is really, really high in this program. as Dave pointed out in his call, we're talking about a 300% increase in income for the same thing that you've been doing now. So it's a huge difference in terms of return on investment. If your stockbroker or your insurance broker called you up and said, hey, I just got you a 300% increase in return on investment, I think you'd be jumping through the roof. So that's what we're talking about. It's really important that you appreciate this as much as we do, because it really is what fuels the fire of a network marketing opportunity. And Nikken is not known lately for network marketing. It's always been known for exceptional products, but in the network marketing world, it's not known for network marketing, because a lot of the things that drive network marketing behavior relates to the compensation plan, and it has been reshaped in the past to be more of a squashing the plan, making it more like this, and more retail centric and not network marketing centric. So the focus here then is to create growth in 2023. Your focus is to grow your organization, your team, and you're going to be compensated, as are the new people, more than they ever have for that effort. So now you're not competing with profits for retail. It's not really a competition anymore. In other words, it's not like, oh, if I sell the product to the person, I'm going to make more money than if I sponsor them and they buy the product. If you understand this program, that's not the case. It's more profitable to build a team than it is to sell a product. And that's immediate and long-term. So we now need to focus our attention on how to make this program fly like the wind, and how to pitch it, how to talk to people about it that makes it exciting. I mean, you're hearing me talk about it. You're hearing Dave talk about it. You heard a bunch of people talk about it on the weekend. We're talking about it because we're excited about it. And I'm getting a lot of, all my calls, people are saying, I'm hearing about this. I'm really excited about this. And rightly so. Rightly so. Because at the end of the day, what fuels a network marketing business is growth. And what fuels growth is compensation. That's what makes network marketing work, is compensation. If you got in this just for the sake of the product, you wouldn't be network marketing it. You'd just be consuming it. So let's get focused on growth and really maximize the potential of this program. Now, if you have any questions, definitely ask me. But let's start from the basics. Dave has already covered this. I don't want to cover the same thing that he covered, but I do want to touch on some of the highlights. He talks about, well, there's two programs actually. There's the startup program for the new person, and then there's the view from the upline who's leading this launch strategy. There's 2 points of view here, both of which are being recognized and compensated. So there's the viewpoint of the new person just starting up. If I'm starting a brand new person, Mike DiMuccio is sponsoring somebody brand new in Nikken, what do you think I'm going to do? Do you think I'm going to tell them, pick whatever products you want? Do you think I'm going to tell them you can do this any way you want? Does that sound like Mike DiMuccio to you?
No.
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 Good, better, best.
That's it. So I'm going to ask them, you want to know good, better, or best? Which one you want to know? And they're going to tell me best. And then what do you think I'm going to share with them? I'm going to share with them how to activate this powerhouse program and maximize their earning potential with it. So they're going to engage in that program, and then they're going to add to it. Okay. So that's sort of the start the engine, and then they're going to rev the engine. Okay. So the powerhouse program, I need them to activate that because I want them to experience what everybody's going to experience and what they're going to promote. So anything I want somebody to promote, I need them to experience first. There's no way they're going to promote something they don't know or they don't understand. So I need them to understand it by experiencing it first. And this is why Nikken is great, grandfathering all of you and all of the Nikken family through to the end of this month for the January, February, March. This program, this launch window is being extended to all of us so we can experience it ourselves firsthand as though we are being launched. right? So we're going to play two roles in January, February, March. We're going to play both the role of the person being launched and the role of the person launching simultaneously, because we're going to experience it simultaneously in real time through the new people we enroll. The new people we enroll, they don't have the experience we have. They don't have the trainings that we've had and so forth. So we have the added advantage of maturity and understanding. That's why it's okay for us to play dual roles in this. I wouldn't expect somebody new to do that. So the thing that we're going to do is let's look at the point of view from the person being enrolled. So now I have a program where I can say, hey, you're going to make a commission and a bonus over and above the regular commissions that can generate you $580 as a starting point. $580 as a starting point, because on top of the $580, there's the rebates and overrides that they would get from sales based on their rank as they move through the comp plan from senior to executive to silver. There's rebates. And as they enroll somebody, there's overrides, again, as they move through the compensation plan. So over and above the 580 that you've seen published coming from creating a powerhouse, they're going to earn rebates and overrides. So when we say 580, that's the least they're going to earn generating a powerhouse. Okay, it's the least they're going to earn. So what I now have is something I can say to somebody that's very finite. The least you're going to earn is $580 creating a powerhouse. So we're going to do that. But we got 2.5 months or 2 months plus whatever time frame they've signed up, from the day they sign up to the end of that month through the next 2 months. They have a launch window. They can create as many of these powerhouses as possible, after which it's done. So let's get as many of them done as possible, because that's going to earn the most we can earn on anything we actually do. But not only does it do that, it creates a foundation for going forward. Because remember, the foundation is based on accumulating customers and consultants. Customers and consultants are the beginning of a wellness home and not the end. Every wellness home has a beginning and no end. So if we have a program that becomes extremely profitable for people to promote Nikken, they're going to promote Nikken more so than they would if it wasn't profitable. And by promoting Nikken, they're going to attract customers and consultants. And by attracting customers and consultants, they're going to create a new wellness home for each one of them. And those people are going to become, like all of us, enthusiastic about the Nikken Wellness Home and the experiences that they have therein. And they are going to be continual consumers going through time. So that's the aftermarket, let's call it, the after business that comes from this. So now, a person creating a powerhouse can create at least $580 if they're brand new. If they're brand new. And if they do that again, it's another 580 plus. And remember, they're advancing in rank as they're doing this. And if they create another one, it's another 580. They do 3 in a month. How much have they made? 3 in a month. They've made close to they've made $1,800 plus dollars. That's the least they've made. $1,800 plus dollars in their first month by creating 3 powerhouses. What else have they created? Enough volume to go silver or on the verge of it. The rest of it will happen with your eyes closed. So now we have a launch strategy where the microcosm creates a macro effect, silvership. So now we have a launch strategy to help somebody go silver. So you as the upline, what are you conveying to them? Powerhouse, 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 powerhouse. That's the bite, the bite size. But you as an upline are strategically working it so that they could create at least 3 powerhouses in their first launch, in their opening month, their first full month in the business. You want them to hit at least 3, because then you've broken the silver. Now you're in the silver creation business. That's the upline mentality. The new person, powerhouse, powerhouse, powerhouse. The upline, teaching them powerhouse, 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 focusing them on powerhouse, powerhouse, powerhouse. Why? Because it's numerically the best way to go. But you strategically are thinking multiples. at least 3 or more powerhouses in a month, they're silver. So now you have a way of creating silvers by empowering them to create powerhouses, which creates a financial windfall for them of close to $2,000. What do you, the upline who's helping them do this, get? $200 per powerhouse. These are US figures. 200 bonus per powerhouse plus the overrides that you get based on your rank. So if you're a silver, you're already at the 20% override on that first 500 points. Then you're at the 15% override on the next 1,000 points if it's done in a month. And then you're at the 10% override in the next 6,000 points if it's done in a month. Or if it's in the first month, 5,000 points or 4,500 points. So keep in mind, you're always overriding the activity as a silver on this launch. So the $600, the 200 per powerhouse is the least you earn. It's the least you earn helping somebody go silver. So that's huge, guys. You know, it's $600, the least you earn on 6,000 points. That's pretty impressive in terms of ratios. So what we now have is a very profitable scenario. Why would Nikken put such a situation in place? I mean, think about it. Why give up so much on the front end? Both the uplines are giving up a percentage because they're shaving the CV so that they can pay who? Why would they reduce the CV on this special program? It's a special program. It's like the special teams are out. You know, when football needs a special touchdown or a special arrangement, they put out the special teams, right? When hockey players go into the power play, they put out the special teams. Well, right now, what we have is a special operation for helping somebody kickstart the business where the upline and the company is willing to forfeit some of their profits and put those profits in the hands of the people making it happen, because that's how you fuel growth. This is an effort to focus on growth. You know why? Because those of us who, for me, for instance, 31 years in Nikken, knows that when you sponsor people in Nikken, they're not here for just a day. They might be here for 31 years, like Botanis, who I sponsored the second day of my Nikken business. So we know that once you enroll people, there's going to be a residual effect of that leveraged income that Luis talks about, that all of Eric Ward talks about, that Richard Brook talks about, that leveraged income. So we know if we can get people in, they're going to stay in, especially if there's a reason to stay in. And Nikken's working on the Wellness Home program that keep that reason alive. So think about it. This is all about funding a campaign that causes a consequence that's long-term, an immediate short-term compromise in terms of the profitability to the company and to upline, so that the immediate people involved, the sponsor, the new person, and the person who sponsored them, can run something for the next 2.5 months into a result that pays them well and creates the fabric of residual income. This is brilliant, guys. This is how it's done. If you're going to network market, you got to do this. Otherwise, you're really not going to network market much. And if you compare this to other compensation plans and companies out there, which I do, I mean, one of the first things I did when I knew there was the hint that there was going to be some changes was I do my due diligence. And I have buddies in everything. And believe me, I hear from them all the time. So I get to see anything that I want, their comp plans, their incomes, and so forth. And I get to see and compare and bring that information, that intel to Nikken and say, look, if we want to be competitive, these are the things that need to happen. And they listened. Okay, so what I'm excited about is that we have a program I can sell. And I like selling network marketing. I have never liked selling products. You've heard me from the beginning of time say, I never leave my house to sell products. Never. And I never will, because that's not who I am. I sell opportunity. I sell possibility. And it just happens to have products. and not just any old products, but some of the finest products in the world that actually make a difference. I get all the horsepower out of all of that, but that's not why I do it. I do it because I know the maximum impact that I can have on somebody's life is to help them make decisions that can affect the rest of their life. And one of those decisions is financial. That's a big decision. It's an important decision. It's what changed my life. So now we know the perspective of the person going silver, $1,800, $2,000 running up to silver. And we know the perspective from the person helping them do that. 600 is the least you would earn. As a silver, it's probably close to 800 or so. So now we get them to silver. We know what it's like once they're silver in terms of what they're going to get helping other people get to silver. So how do we take it to the next level? What's the next level? The next level is the 18K. Don't do it once. Do it 3 times. Do it 3 times. If you're brand spanking new in the business, like Mike DiMuccio was, in 1991, December 19, 1991, my official registration with Nikken, I wasn't looking to do it once. I was looking to break records. I sponsored 26 people in my first 30 days and 9 in the next 30 days. That's 35 people in 60 days. What would I have earned if I was having this program? There's a lot of Mike DiMuccios out there right now, and you need to find them and you need to pitch them and tell them you got something worth looking at. Help them do the math. Show them the money. The people do network marketing that do it really well and do it fast and urgently are doing it for the money, not for the products, not for the fame, not for the recognition, not for the altruism. Don't buy that for a second. They could care less about that. When they need something and they need it fast, believe me, there's urgency. And it's usually money that drives these people. Now, that doesn't mean they're not good people. That doesn't mean those people aren't going to become some of the greatest leaders in Nikken's history. If you'd ask me, Mike, were you into saving the world back then? Was that your motive for getting involved in Nikken? I'll tell you that sure as hell wasn't on my mind. What I heard was there were people making a fortune. When I met with some people making a fortune, and I thought, hey, if I can make a fortune and these actually I'll tell you the story because it is important to note. Yes, I had a product experience. Yes, my dad had a product experience, but it didn't put me to tears. It wasn't until I was in Ben Dunkelman's house, the founder of Tip Top Tailors, a famous clothier retail store here in the city. I was in his condo down at Bay and Bloor, delivering audio cassettes because that's what we use to promote. And he sits me down in his living room and he says, Mike, I haven't been able to sleep on the sleep system. And I was concerned because I thought he was a 75-year-old man, very wealthy, very well known, and he's not able to sleep on the sleep system. Now I'm concerned. Why? What's wrong? And he said, oh, no, it's not that. He saw the look on my face. He said, no, it's not that. He says, it's just every time I get mine, I loan it out to a friend. They won't give it back. That's what he said. So he said, but this time I got smart. I bought 3 and I was able to sleep on it the last 3 nights. And he looked at me deadpan. He said, I feel 15 years younger. And it was in that moment, my eyes welled up in tears. And it was like all the dots got connected. Click, 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 click. And I'm like, holy crap, for real? Is this what this is? So I know the truth of my story is I really got into Nikken after I got in Nikken. It really started to connect and jive. So what drove me initially, and you want to find a bunch of people that are driven that way, was the need to make my life work, the need to create something financial and quickly, not slowly, because I needed to make something happen. I was done with what I was doing. I needed my life to change. And so there's people right now who need this conversation. They don't need another waterfall. They don't need a sleep system. They don't need to fix their knee. They don't need you to help them do that. Yes, they may have a problem with their knee. Bruce Black did, but I didn't go see him because he had a problem with his knee. I went to see him because I had a problem with my business. I needed some business intelligence, and he had that. And it just so happens he had a problem with his knee that we could fix on the spot. And he was, wow, this is unbelievable. What the hell's in that? See what I'm saying, guys? If you want to grow your network in 2023, put the opportunity front and center stage. You already know you have the best products to offer the world. You don't have to talk about the obvious. Let the obvious talk for itself. We have a compensation plan now that's perfectly aligned for this. I couldn't say this last month. I can say this now because I know an extra $1,000 or $2,000 in somebody's pocket in their first 30 days could be a very big difference in terms of how interested they might be and how quickly they might grow and how fast they might duplicate. And for all of us who have the benefit of knowing Nikken, and especially those of us who have attained the rank of silver, especially, we're maximizing that earning potential. So the 18K concept is the next tier. So the game that's played at the front end is powerhouse, powerhouse, powerhouse. Silvers teach powerhouse to the newbies. But silvers strategically think 3 in a month or more. So get them thinking powerhouse, powerhouse, powerhouse. Believe me, once they get the first one done, if you can get it out of the way as quickly as possible, they're going to want a second. They're going to want a third. So strategically, powerhouse, get it done and get it done fast. Then they're going to want the second, and then they're going to close in on the third. And you got yourself a silver, and you now have a way to actually create silvers. Well, if you've got a way to create silvers, so do they. Because once they're silver, you can teach them the strategic side, which is, I had you focus on powerhouse because that was going to put money in your pocket right away. Then we got that done real fast, and that's why we started multiplying it, because at the end of that, guess what? You went silver. That's the strategy. And now we have members on your team that want to do this. Let's get them doing this. Month 2, our focus, laser focus is on breaking those silvers. On the second generation, that person goes gold, 18K. What do they get on top of their $600 per silver? They get another $1,000. That's $2,800 plus overrides, etc. They're over $3,000 in their second month going gold. Guys, I know my girls didn't get $3,000 in their second month going gold. They would have been very happy to do that. So now we don't have a need to take 3 months to go silver. When do we get started? And for nevermore go gold. Now what we have is a launch strategy where we don't stop at silver. We go 18K. They hit gold. Guys, how long have I been teaching this? This document was first printed and published in 1996. Okay, it says here, follow the process, build a team, find your 3 partners who duplicate you. That's the first phase. Second phase, launch. Teach the process, launch your team, help your partners duplicate, and achieve your 90-day goal. So in the launch phase, the 90-day is the strategy. Where is it? Strategy here. In the goal section. When you see the goal section, what does it say? The strategy is, can you read that? It's silver/gold. So they should be going gold. That should be the norm. I wouldn't put it in writing if I didn't think that should be the norm. So now what we have is a 6,000 point silver. This was published when it was a 20,000 point silver. So now we have a 6,000 point silver, and we fueled it with funds. There's no reason why this shouldn't become your norm. It certainly should be your expectation. You guys are the ones who have to first discover that. You need to discover the fact that you can break a silver in a week. Trust me, you can. I believe you can. I know you can. Some of you have already done it. Now you might say, well, yeah, but they got started in the business, blah, blah, blah. Forget all that nonsense. When do they actually get started? When do they actually start doing the work? And you measure that, you'll find, oh, actually, you're right. It didn't take quite a month. So we need to up our game. We need to start playing at the level of expectation of winners. Not people who are happy to cruise, because there is no cruising, guys. You're either going up or you're going down. Let's be the organization that's going up. Let's kickstart 2023 right now. Start getting the word out to people. Now, what happens with the 18K club? 18K, now they do 18K, they get $3,000 in their second month going gold. And if you're the mentor, let's take it up to the next level. If you're the person who's mentored that person, now you're in that game. That game is the mentor-mentee program, where now there's trips involved. Helping a couple of people do that, you get a trip. Those nice trips that we enjoy. So now your role as a leader of leaders is creating 18Ks, not creating silvers, creating 18Ks. So Mike DiMuccio is not going to be focusing his attention on breaking silvers. My focus is going to be breaking 18Ks. Guys, I'm telling you this because this is what my focus is. I know how to create a platinum, the 60,000 platinum in a month. I've done it 3 times. So I know that doing an 18K in 3 months ought to be like, okay. So that's the game I'm going to play. I'm going to play the 18K game. I suggest you guys pick a strategy. Get comfortable with whatever you're comfortable first. The first should be power break. The second should be 18K. Power break, silver, 18K. Go in that order and start it in January. So kickstart your business right now and pre-launch with starting to prime the pump. Start telling people you got something worth their time and their attention. Start telling them, if it's not for you, tell me who you think is hungry. I'm looking for hungry. I'm not looking for aches and pains. Everybody's got them. I'm not looking for what everybody already has. I'm looking for what they don't have and they really want. Opportunity and the possibility to change their life. Madeline, you have your hand up.
Yes. Would you please put a plug in for the executives here and all of us that need more new people now to take advantage of the double volume and start out with a 10% and better.
Goodness gracious.
Please, come from you, not from me.
Yeah, but for instance, how do you want to start 2023? I mean, why not start it at the maximum earning potential? Why not boost your volume right now to get your silver ship done? Get it out of the way. I mean, get it behind you. Get it in the past. Life begins at silver. That's where the money is, guys. And you want to be in the silver making business. So you got to get it out of the way. It's your game right now.
And it's a practice for contacting, inviting, and making the list and pulling all that stuff out right now at every Christmas party, everything that's going on.
Create 3 executives. I always found that the easiest way to go silver is to help somebody else go silver. Always focus on somebody else. By the way, I see that laughter. Paul Gabias, congratulations on qualifying for Team Kaizen. Yeah. You heard it. Yeah, I know there's some technicalities.
By my calculations, it's done.
It's done.
It's not
official,
it's
but
not
it's
official
done.
from Nikken, but
okay. I trust your calculations.
I've got everything
Paul.
that they wanted.
That is awesome.
The 6, yeah.
You got it. You got it, Paul. Believe me, you got it. Congratulations, Barbara.
Hey, Mike.
I don't want to I don't want to pass over that too back. We'll come back to that, Paul, because you deserve the time. Barbara.
Yeah, for sure. You know, this has been the way we built our business and what we did, Mike. And it's the reason that I could move to California and just take time off and still have residual income coming in. This is a foundation for everybody to have that. And I think the thing I want to underline is that we all need to do this power start right now. And I just went through my customer list. A couple of them were consultants and they dropped back down to customer. And I had a conversation with them. And I started out, instead of saying, hey, Denise, do you want to do this with me? Da, 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 da. I just said, Denise, you know, I know you love Nikken. I know you love all these products and stuff. Who do you know that might need multiple sources of income? Who do you know that might need to bridge the gap or work collaboratively and be like-minded people that want health and wellness and also need to bridge gap? The economy right now, unfortunately, is in our favor. I mean, the problems that are out there is that people don't want to get back in the workforce. People don't want to have to go out. And this maps on and is beautiful for that. When I started my business, I was a mom. I had soccer, I had basketball games. I wanted flexibility. Time freedom was my focus. I had worked my way up to be in medical. I actually restaurant management first. I didn't want that. I was working when everybody was off. Then I said, I'll get into the medical field. So I got myself all the way up to a medical manager. And I'm like, oh no, I don't want to open and close. So I got into medical billing. So I could go in, go out, leave when I wanted, and not have to be in charge, not be needed or punch the clock, as we say. It was more important to me to have that time freedom. And that's what the young people are more attuned with. And you used to be really brilliant at it, Mike, about saying, Nikken is not what you want to do for your career. It's what's going to be the catalyst that gets you to your career or fund your career or fund your mission or your purpose or your whatever that is. But I know I would, you know, you're not in my upline, but I would take your words and your things and I would go, oh my gosh, I remember sitting in your audience when you were going Royal Diamond and Bob Proctor and then putting you on the spot and you're just going, you know what? I'm going to do it. I think you had like 14 silvers to break in less than, or in 3 months.
Yes,
it was ridiculous.
It was actually 18, but that's fine.
18. Yeah. It was a lot. It was a lot. Like, you know, it'd be like doing 18K clubs right now, because that's what we were dealing with. But I'm saying I'm lining my coffers right now. I'm building my people. Who am I taking? Who are my board of directors that I want to take with me in January? And I'm okay right now not talking about it, not explaining it, not understanding it that well, because one, it doesn't start now. What starts right now is let's get you to senior. Let's use these double points. Let's get you. And that's what I said. Denise jumped on board. She signed back up. We signed up her son, I believe, as a customer. I said, for me right now, it works for me to still do the power start. So let's do the power start. Let's do, 50% on the customer, 50% under you. And the double bonus has you get up to that point, because she also wanted the comforters. So, and she buys like $200, $300 of auto ship every quarter. So it benefited her to do this. And I said, what better way to earn some extra income? And she really wants it for her son. I said, well, then go show him. What y'all have to understand is your people are going to do what you do. If you're sitting there thinking you're leading, no, you got to lead by going to get your customers, making somebody, upgrade them to a, consultant, and let's get them all to executive. We didn't have seniors before. Let's get everybody to executive right now for January 1, kickstart January 3rd, off in a bang. And let them know that on January 4th, it's the Spanish market. And let's build the Spanish American market. I mean, we have the tools. I mean, I don't think we have that many French speaking Americans, or I'd say that too. But I just have never been more excited, Michael, on this whole thing, because it's what we teach. It's how we are. And I could not do this up until now. And I want to share one thing. I moved cross country, you're going through stuff and everything. And I found this little sticker that my grandson made me over a year ago, and it said solid platinum. Well, now I'm there. I've done it. I get that pay. Now I'm solid diamond. And I'm working on that. And I teeter back and forth, but I'm pretty darn close. And it took me about 3 years to do that, to build that outer leg. But you know what? It's not going to teeter anymore. We're going to have solid base consultants and team and people who are hungry. Les Brown said it the best. Who's hungry? Go get them. Let's go get some hungry people. All right, back to you, Mike. Clean up my mess.
A brilliant strategy. You just heard some phenomenal strategy. Barbara, you are a strategist. I mean, look at, she just said, you got double points right now. So if you want to kickstart 2023 with somebody new, what do you want to pitch that somebody new right now? You want to tell them you got a program kickstarting in 2023, but they got between now and the end of the month to leverage double points to position for it. Use that word, to position themselves for 2023. How do you want to position yourself? As an executive? Or how about as a silver? We got double points right now for the next 2 weeks to run this thing. Let's run this thing, take advantage of it so you position yourself for this new program. Talk this language, guys. That's how we do it. If you were in sales of stocks, they're always talking about being in position. You got to be positioned for what's going to happen, what's coming. Let's get you in a position. So let's get some people in a position right now.
And
Posture
Ruben said it tremendously. Ruben said, of the people that are going to Japan, there's the top 20 rung and then the top 4, the next 20 that have to buy their plane fare. Well, he said majority of these people do not have their 3 seniors. So that means if you're in the 3rd rung and you go get your 3 seniors, you actually have the potentiality of winning if you've done your 2,000 a month. So you have to have done your 2,000 a month, I believe.
Yes.
From July on, and your $100 auto ship, that kind of thing. But I've been doing that. When we started with the 500, shortly after that, I said, well, I'm going to do 2,000. So I've been doing 2,000 all this time. And then every so often we amp it up and we do that. But go to your customer list. I mean, I call it the Colgate Crest thing. People love Nikken. They love the thing, what we're about. If they've used anything, they still have. I had a doctor call me tonight. He's a little mad that he can't get a mini. I said, well, we don't make those anymore. He goes, well, why not? I said, because you still have it. How long have you had that mini? And he said, I've had it for like 18 years. I said, my point exactly. I said, Nikken can't make it and manufacture it. No, I didn't say. I said, but we're on the highest technology. We got
our chip. We have a new pen. We have.
He doesn't want to tape the chip to his body, Madeline. It's okay. But I just had to explain that. I said, well, get the back magnet, get the MagFlex. And he goes, oh, I never thought about that. So anyway, we're talking. But here's a man, 18 years have been using this little mini. He loves Nikken. The point is, you've got a whole mess of people in your back office and probably in your phone that love Nikken, know Nikken. And if they don't, and their family or friends, you know what you do? I need your help. You know what? Right now, for the next 2 weeks or between Christmas and New Year's, whatever, I need your help. And I need to know, who do you know that could use some extra income and is looking for a business? Who do you know that's hungry? Who do you know? And I tell you, the 30 and 4-year-olds will come out of the woodwork. They'll be right there because they don't want to go get that second job. Nobody wants to go have a second job.
The more we sponsor now, the bigger team to multiply by 3 come January 1st.
Okay.
You got to speak.
Don't worry about saving it to January 1st. You have more January 1st.
This call, if we bottle up this call, you got yourself a hell of a strategy for the rest of this year and going into 2023. So, I mean, we really don't need to talk much more. I think you got it all. I need your help. Who do you know? That's for everybody. Call your contacts, call your customers, people who already love Nikken, and have them make some decisions and benefit from that double PV. If you're, you
And
know,
get-
three execs away, that's 750 points times 3, as opposed to 1,500 points times 3. That's a big difference. That's all doable. So the
That-
question is not whether
That
it's
Sekou
doable.
Kai was brilliant. The Sekou Kai was brilliant. Susan Carver uses the M3 strategy. I mean, I just said, please share your business. You know, we got your story. We know from 0 to that. And now she's got the beautiful home, the story, the vision is there. Send that video out, you know, but I tell you, you need their help. You're getting 3 executives. You're getting your power start done. I'm just saying power start, but I mean now, Madeline. I don't mean wait till January. I'm saying do
I
it
did
now.
now too. No, now you do get a power start. Get them started with a power start. We still have that bonus this month. Anybody that comes in will be a power start.
Yeah, exactly. And they get $150 worth of
And the
Nikken
more
bucks.
points they have this month, if they didn't quite make it to silver, then they finish it in the first few days. The first few days you can finish it. Because
And the retail PV is 100%. PV pretty much 100%. So, you know,
Well,
like
listen,
Mike said,
one of the biggest success stories in Nikken started on December 19th, 1991. And I'll tell you, this is a good time of the year to get started. So that's my 2 cents. Nancy, you got your hand up.
I just a small correction from what Barb said. It's not senior to get one of those top 40 positions. It's 3 executives.
Executives, right?
That's it.
Thank
But
you.
no, this has been great.
thank you so much. Yeah, that they reintroduced in the senior just had it all come back out of my mouth. But yes, it is
All right.
executive. It's thank you.
Mark, you've been listening to this. Mark Ranger. What are you feeling, Mark?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I just go see. Sorry.
Yeah, we had you.
Yeah, no, but I have 2 speakers, so it's why it's making noise. Well, I just go check my my position for Japan, and I'm 44. So yeah, exciting.
You're closing in on
And
it.
the double point also, and yeah, I really I'm gonna be happy to listen everything like this. We have a special meeting Wednesday in French, so I will understand more. I'll do it, but I'm exciting.
Awesome. Excellent. Get it done, Mark.
Yeah.
Get it done.
Mm-hmm.
Make a decision to get it done. It's a decision away. The rest happens because you made a decision.
Yes, thank you, Mike.
You're at 44,000 now?
He's no position 44. So he's
Position
he's in the
44.
44th slot. So he's right up there with
Oh, yes.
the top 40.
Another reason now is before the price increase.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Anybody
if we
that's
haven't got
active,
enough reasons, we have another
We
one
got
right
enough
there.
reasons.
Yeah.
That's another reason before everybody likes to sale before the price
But-
increase.
But for Mark, I want to say many people ahead of you do not have their 3 executives. You need to have 3 executives that did the power start. So
Get those executives
it.
done, and you're probably
Exactly.
on your way to
Yeah.
Japan, Mark, is what Barbara's saying.
Oh,
And
I see 3 and 3.
they may have the volume, but they don't have the execs.
A
You get the
waterfall pack.
execs, you might-
Okay,
you
I
might
will
shoot up
talk
into
with
the
Leo.
top.
Waterfall pack.
I will talk with Leo.
Yeah. All right, guys, I don't think we need to hammer this anymore, unless there's somebody who wants to make a comment before we wrap up, because I think we got a lot to do, and we have enough strategy on this call that you can make mountains move. So
I have
yes.
something to say.
Shoot.
Paul is much more experienced than I am, and I've been mostly watching him and admiring him for the last 23 years. I started clumsily in the beginning and turned off a lot of people because I just threw Nikken all over their faces. And one of the things that has bothered me and has kept me stuck now that I've decided to go for it again is that I was embarrassed about the clumsiness of my approach in the beginning. But now I see a way to reapproach those people and say, look, this is, who do you know who's really hungry, because the compensation plan can help people get some real money if they're willing to put the effort in. And it's very different than it was 20 years ago, and much better and much simpler. But I need people who are hungry, and I don't know, it may not be you, but you might know somebody who, can you give me any names of people who'd like to earn an extra $1,000 a month? And
There you go.
I feel much better about reapproaching people, because I'm not a newbie, but I kind of am. So it's
Mike, I have one more
Right.
thing that I'd like people to write down once you ask for the help is, what if, would you? What if I could show you a way that you could earn da-da-dee-da-da-dee-da-da-da? Would you be willing to go through this step with me and learn and figure out if this is something for you? What if I could show you a way that you could have more freedom, time for your family, and da-da-da-da? What if, would you? And then you get their commitment to go through these steps and processes so that they can make an informed decision. And if anywhere in the process they start to tell you no, you go, no, you can't tell me no yet. You're not done. We have a few more things to do. I need to introduce you to my upline. I need to do a few more things. Do me that favor and get them through that process so they can make an informed decision. Thanks, Mike.
Perfect. Awesome, guys. This is it. Very, very good. So we have, this is a important week for everybody. Got a lot of family things to do and prep. While you're doing all that, you've got a business to run. So let's see how good you are at multitasking. Get
That's
it
it.
done. Get
Have a
it done.
joyful Christmas, everybody.
Yeah, have a happy holiday, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas to everybody. And yeah, I guess we're not going to see you Monday. I believe Monday is what, the 26th. Am I correct?
That's
Yeah.
Boxing Day.
That's
Yeah.
Boxing Day. So we will come back on, and it's probably not going to be on the 2nd either, because we don't, maybe it will be. I'll let you guys know, because I'll let you know about January 2nd. I'll publish when our next kickoff call is going to be. I'd like to do it January 2nd because I really don't want to wait. So stay tuned. Anyway, have yourselves.
The kickoff call is on the 3rd, Mike, because that's the.
That's the kickoff call, but I'm talking about my call.
No, I know. That's why it'd be better to have it. By then we might have more
Right.
clarification. too.
Right. So anyways, stay tuned. I'll make sure everybody knows about it. But wishing you all a very productive, happy next couple of weeks. Make it really special, because it is special. Our time is special, and our time with people we care. Thank you so much. And the people we care about. So let's focus on what matters, and let's think growth. We are going to grow something spectacular because we are deserving of it, and because the world is deserving of it. We need to be something, a beacon of light and hope for people. And I think, at the times that we're coming into, we have all the more reason to shout from the rooftops. I love our products. I love our company. I love our philosophy. But I'll tell you what, if I couldn't afford to do this, I wouldn't be doing this. So money, at the end of the day, does make the decisions for how people invest their energy and their time. So let's give them a way to do it through Nikken. We now have it. And spades. All right, guys.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank
Have a
you,
great
Mike.
day.
Happy holidays
Celebrate.
to
Happy
everybody.
holidays.
Blessings to
Thank
everyone.
you.
Congratulations
warm
to
and
Lorraine
safe.
and Barbara. Lorraine and Barbara, kudos.
Blessings to everybody.